Hello MotoGP enthusiasts, welcome back to GP today. He's won every sprint. He's taken 3 Grands Prix. He leads the World Championship after 6 rounds. And now Marc Marquez has made his intent even clearer. Fear is not part of the equation. As MotoGP heads to Silverstone for round 7, the 8-time world champion sent a message to his rivals. They may hope for tracks where he struggles, but he's not expecting to find any. Francesco Bagnaia's French GP weekend at Le Mans was a disaster on paper, and now, video from inside the Ducati garage shows just how tense things were behind the scenes. The latest episode of GOFREE, Under the Helmet, lays bare the Italian's mounting frustration with the Ducati GP25's front-end behavior and captures the exact moment he warned, "I'm this close to falling." With only a few factory seats officially up for grabs, the 2026 MotoGP rider market looked like it might be quiet. But that's changed dramatically. Reigning world champion Jorge Martin is reportedly eyeing the exit at Aprilia, and it sent shockwaves across the paddock. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. Marc Márquez's first season in Factory Red has been electric. With 6 out of 6 sprint victories and 3 Grand Prix wins already in 2025, the former Honda ace sits atop the standings with a 22-point cushion over younger brother and Gresini rider Alex Marquez. It's a commanding position that speaks volumes about his adaptation to the Ducati Lenovo team. "We've taken a small advantage again in the championship. The target now is not to waste it, like we did in Austin and Jerez," Marc Marquez said. Marquez was leading in both those races, Austin and Jerez, before crashing out, 2 self-inflicted errors he's keen not to repeat. Despite those setbacks, his momentum has proven difficult to match. The 2025 British Grand Prix at Silverstone presents a mixed backdrop for Marquez. His last, and only, MotoGP win at the iconic British track came back in 2014, more than a decade ago during his second world title campaign. Yet recent history suggests old stats might not matter. Earlier this year, Marquez hadn't won in Qatar since 2014. Then he swept both the sprint and GP. "Honestly speaking, after Qatar, which was very demanding for me but successful, I'm not scared about any racetrack." His confidence stems from a combination of Ducati's current dominance and his improved adaptability. He's no longer approaching any circuit with dread, even those that traditionally haven't suited him. Despite his bravado, Marquez remains grounded in racing reality. He admits there will be tracks that challenge him, but not before he's had a chance to ride them. "Of course, there will be tracks where I'll struggle. But I won't arrive on Thursday thinking that. After Friday, I'll see if I'm struggling or not." It's a psychological edge as much as a technical one. Refusing to concede weakness preemptively, Marquez is keeping the mental high ground, projecting confidence, and perhaps inviting doubt in others. Of the remaining venues on the 2025 calendar, just 4 have eluded the Spaniard. He has never won a Premier Class race at the Red Bull Ring, Austria, Mandalika, Indonesia, or Portimao, Portugal. And the new Hungarian Grand Prix, set to debut this season, remains a blank slate for everyone. But with a championship lead and Ducati's power at his fingertips, Marquez knows each of those tracks could become his next milestone. "It will arrive, yes, the race where I struggle. But I'll face it when it comes. Until then, I push." As Silverstone looms, the message from number 93 is crystal clear. He's not backing down, not backing off, and not backing away from any challenge. With his momentum building and his confidence peaking, the question isn't whether Marquez can win again, it's who, if anyone, can stop him. Bagnaia's words proved eerily prophetic. In newly released garage footage, the former world champion is seen confiding in Ducati team manager Davide Tardazzi during practice at Le Mans, outlining his struggle with front-end feel. It's been like this since the beginning of the year. Now I'm drawing a line under it and starting to ride in a different way," Francesco Bagnaia said. Tardozzi responds calmly, telling Bagnaia, "That's just the way it is, you get used to it and manage it." But Bagnaia cuts in with a more urgent tone. "It's just that it's much harder for me because I'm this close to falling." What followed was a brutal weekend. Bagnaia crashed out of the sprint, then was taken out at turn 1 of Sunday's Grand Prix by none other than former teammate Enea Bastianini. The result? 0 points across both races, his first double DNF since the introduction of sprints in 2023. The damage to the standings is significant. Bagnaia now trails factory Ducati teammate Marc Marquez by 51 points and is 29 points adrift of Gresini's Marc Marquez. The Le Mans setback not only cost him ground in the title fight, it exposed cracks in the rider-machine relationship that have been present all season. "It's not a comfortable situation. It's difficult for me to accept this because I'm used to something else." His tone in the video is one of deep frustration, not just with the GP25, but with the unfamiliarity of being on the back foot. For a rider who has traditionally shied away from attributing success or failure to luck, the current downturn is particularly painful. "I've never really acknowledged luck or bad luck. Let's say that they don't exist. Bad luck is for those who make mistakes, good luck is for those who win." These are the words of a man struggling to reconcile elite expectations with imperfect tools. The GP25 may be the fastest on the grid, but for Bagnaia, its front-end vagueness continues to undermine his confidence. Despite the tension, Bagnaia's crew remains behind him. Crew chief Cristian Gabarini highlights Bagnaia's unique style and legacy within the team. "Pecco was the first to introduce corner speed with the Ducati. Our job is to give him the best we possibly can. But ultimately, it's him who has to make the difference on the track." Cristian Gabarini's statement. It's a statement that reinforces the balance of responsibility. Ducati can prepare the bike, but it's the rider who must rise above the limitations. From frustration in the garage to crashes on the track, Bagnaia's Le Mans weekend captured the brutal reality of elite MotoGP competition. Now 51 points behind a resurgent Marc Marquez, the defending champion must find answers quickly, before the title race slips away. In a twist few saw coming, Jorge Martin is contemplating activating a performance clause that could allow him to leave Aprilia just months after joining. While only 4 seats are technically vacant, Marini, Honda, Zarco, LCR Honda, Miller, Pramac Yamaha, and Morbidelli, VR46, Martin's potential move could spark a full-blown reshuffle. Honda's interest in Martin is no secret. Should the Japanese factory succeed in prying him away, Aprilia would be forced to find a top-tier replacement. Internal options like AI Ogura are being discussed, as is a possible return for Luca Marini. But Martin's contract complications could result in a legal tug-of-war between teams. Honda is clearly positioning itself at the center of this year's silly season. The factory is eager to secure Martin's services while also evaluating whether to renew Johann Zarco's deal. The Frenchman just delivered Honda's first win in 2 years at Le Mans, significantly boosting his stock. Luca Marini remains a potential continuity option, but Honda is also eyeing outside talent. Young phenom Pedro Acosta has been linked to the team, as has Superbike world champion Toprak Razgatlioglu. Over at Ducati, the picture is calmer, at least on the surface. Marc Marquez is flourishing in red, Alex Marquez is excelling at Gresini, and rookie Fermin Aldeguer has been a revelation. Even Pecco Bagnaia, despite a rough start to 2025, is expected to rebound. The only uncertainty lies with Franco Morbidelli's future at VR46. Though Valentino Rossi's team is supportive, financial realities could limit their ability to retain him if a talent like Acosta becomes available. VR46 has also been linked to a move for Nicolo Bulega, potentially as a test rider with a future factory role in 2027. Yamaha is playing it safe. Jack Miller's seat at Pramac is the only confirmed opening, and while the Aussie's experience is valued, rumors about Razgatlioglu stepping into that role persist. No decision has been finalized yet. Meanwhile, KTM holds all 4 of its current riders, Acosta, Binder, Bastianini, and Vinales, under contract through at least 2026. But that hasn't stopped speculation. Acosta's name continues to swirl around Honda and VR46. Add in whispers about KTM's long-term financial viability, and the Orange camp may yet be pulled into the mix. Jorge Martin's possible exit from Aprilia has taken a sleepy rider market and turned it into a potential storm. With Honda circling, Ducati holding steady, and KTM and Yamaha waiting in the wings, the 2026 grid could end up looking very different, depending on who moves first. Thanks for watching ZNGP today, and this is your MotoGP news update. And see you next time!